Welcome to the Perfectly Sane Show, episode 746. I am Chris, and Tony is on an island that we will not name. He'll be back for our next episode. But right now, Jeff is here with me.
I am. It's like deja vu all over again. I feel like we just did this.
We did, but about movies. We did
Yeah.
an episode about movies, which you can all listen to on the feed probably before this episode, just depending upon how I edit them.
Yeah, get excited. I talk about eating cum on it. It's a really good episode.
You did do that. Where's he going with this? Oh wait, that industry.
Yeah.
Earl will be joining us, we believe. He said he was. So hopefully he will be there. He will be here shortly. But yeah, Jeff and I have been playing some games. There's some news. We'll hold some of that briefly. But Jeff, what have you been playing that's not Fire Emblem?
Okay.
Because we're going to talk about Fire Emblem when Tony gets back. Yes, well, we can briefly talk about it, but we're going to hold our bigger discussion for when he's
Yeah.
back.
I guess I'll talk about. I did like the newest game I've been playing. It just came out, I think, yesterday or something, or the day before. It's We did our podcast last night. Had a couple drinks. I had a day off today, so I went after we recorded last night. Had another drink, played some more Switch, and then decided, you know what I need to buy? Mario Tennis Fever. And did I need to buy this? No. Did I want to buy it? No. Am I a fan of the series? No. But
how did this end up happening then? Because there's a lot of no's. Like,
there's two reasons I'd say. One, I am now our resident Switch 2 reporter. I just will buy any Switch 2 game.
okay,
I'm even buying Resident Evil 9 on Switch 2. Like, I just love the system.
That does seem wild to me. Cause like, I mean, we don't know how it's going to play, but my guess would be it wouldn't play best there. But
it won't be best there, but all reports are it's actually very, very good port. So I'm just like, okay, that's good enough. I don't like. It's like I said a few weeks ago or something. Like they're talking about when the next Xbox is coming. I'm like, I hope never. Like, go as long as you want because, like, I think, like, we peaked like a generation ago. It's like, what else do you want these systems to do? I don't know, but
I agree with you. Like, this generation, outside of the Switch and Switch 2, which I guess would fall in there, it has been super disappointing. Like,
yeah,
there's really good games, but it's like these are kind of just the same games we played on the previous generation. Like,
yeah. I just don't see, like, look, man, I played Chronos: The New Dawn on Switch 2. I thought it looked pretty good. Like, I thought,
yeah.
I guess I don't notice all of them. I'm sure Resident Evil 9 will look better on Xbox and PS5. I'm sure of it. But
Yeah.
the footage I've seen of it running on Switch 2, I'm like, that looks like performance looks perfect. The game looks really good. Why not? Like, I'm not like the biggest graphics person anyway, so it's just like this looks good enough, and I like playing on the system. But anyways, I don't know how we got where we are, but Mario Tennis Fever. So yeah, one reason is I feel like determined to buy every Switch 2 game.
Okay.
The other reason is I like to support Mario sports games because I want another Mario Golf. I don't know if that's like flawed logic there, but I want this to do well just so that they keep making them because I am a huge fan of Mario Golf. Mario Tennis, look, like when the first one came out on N64, that was huge. I was in college dorms at the time, and we played it all the time, and I loved that game.
Yeah, a ton of fun.
But I just don't know where you go with it for, like, they've done a bunch of games, and it's like every one of them since I'm just like, whatever. Like, I've just become a much bigger fan of Mario Golf. And then the last one, Mario Tennis Aces, I think it was called, on Switch.
Yep, on the Switch.
That one is highly praised and well regarded, and I bought that one and barely played it because I was having trouble with the story mode. Like I would get to like these bosses where they would want you to hit the ball in a very specific area, and I just couldn't do it for whatever reason. I couldn't get like I remember I just got stuck on this one boss, and I played it a bunch of times, and I was just like, you know what? Fuck this game. Nobody cares anyways. When people come over, they just want to play Mario Kart. So I never like, I have no idea how much time I put in the Switch One tennis game, but like it wasn't much,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was not excited for this one. But yeah, for the reasons I stated, I bought it anyways, and it's fine. Like I don't know, like it's. Do you like Mario Tennis? Like, how do you feel about the series? I guess is my
So,
question.
like again, like when it came out on what was the N64, that was huge. It was a lot of fun, but that was like playing with other people. And then Power Tour, which was the GBA game, was like this was fucking awesome. Like it was like a mini like little RPG,
Yes,
but
they're
it
GBA
was
games. Yeah.
on the GBA. And then I've kind of been like they're good, like the actual core gameplay of like they're good tennis games.
Yeah.
But there's not much to them. Like
Yeah.
and Aces, as you said, just I thought the story mode was terrible. Um, I didn't have the trouble you had with the being able to kind of like target the
You
bosses in a
played
certain
through
way.
it.
Yeah, I finished it, but that was it. Like and it's real short. It's like 3 hours long. Um, so yeah, I was not excited for Fever. I I want it to be good. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna get to it or not.
I mean, it's good. It's good tennis. Like it's fun,
Yeah,
right? And I don't know if these are added or unique to this one, but like you get different rackets and they can do different things. I don't know how you trigger them. I don't know if it's just automatic. Like I got an ice racket, and when the ball hits the ground on the other side of the court, it creates a pool of ice, which could create problems for the other player.
that is kind of cool. Like it
Yeah,
adds like an environmental kind of like hazard for them to deal with.
yeah, but I haven't played enough of it to say like if it's like triggered by something or if it's just automatic. Like I don't really get how everything works yet.
Mhm.
Because there's this fever meter that fills up, but as far as I could tell, all the fever meter does is like a slow motion like power shot where you jump up in the air, it goes in slow motion, and you get to aim where you want the ball to go. And so I don't think that the fever meter is tied to the different rackets and the different mayhem that will happen. I don't know yet. Like again, I'm not far enough in, but like
Yeah.
my first impression is it's good, it's fun. I would love, if people come over and like we usually play as like me, my wife, and then like her daughter and her daughter's husband will come over sometimes, and we'll all play a game. We'll all play Mario Kart. And I just,
Always
for the
looking for
longest
something
time,
other than Mario Kart.
yeah, for the longest time, I've just wanted something else. And the only thing that the kids seem to really like Mario Party a lot. Like, and my wife hates it. My wife hates Mario Party. So like once in a while, we'll do Mario Party, but usually it's just Mario Kart. And one time, we all did Mario Golf, and like they don't understand how to play that, and like it's very clear that like her husband like has just no idea what he's doing. He just got so mad. So like Mario Golf is like me and my wife will play Mario Golf a lot, and me, my wife, and my friend down the street will play Mario Golf a lot, and we all like love it a lot. But as far as like, yeah, I was just picturing like they come over. Are we really gonna play tennis? I don't know. Uh, the good thing about this one is well, again, from all accounts, the adventure mode is basically like the adventure mode in Mario Golf, like the last Mario Golf. It's really just a bad tutorial, like a really
Yeah.
long, boring tutorial. I have not played the adventure mode in the tennis game yet, but when I fired it up last night, I just went straight into doing a tower. They have these power trials. Think of like Mortal Kombat, like
Mhm.
the early Mortal
Yep.
Kombats, you would climb up, like, oh, you fight this guy, then you go up and fight the next guy. Same idea. And I wrapped that up today in between doing a bunch of bullshit on my day off. And it's cool. Like the tower's cool. And then like it's not just one tower that you could do over and over. There's like 3 different towers that you have to unlock. So I beat the first tower and just barely, dude. So like the first tower ends with this boss battle where it's like 3 baby characters on my side of the court fighting Bowser on the other side, and he just would not miss anything. You would volley back and forth for minutes, and he would not miss, and then you would finally get me. And so like it was the first player to like 5 points, I think.
Mhm.
I was down 4-1, and somehow came back and beat him by 4. And if I had not done that, I'd probably still be stuck on him now and ranting and raving about how this game sucks. But I somehow did it. And so yeah, the first hour was cool, and then I unlocked the next one, and then there's one after that. And you did like going through the tower. I did unlock a couple rackets. I unlocked a couple characters. So there's not just one path to unlocking stuff, which I always like. Um, I
Yeah,
guess
that's good.
I will play the adventure mode because I'm sure you unlock stuff from that. And uh, good lord, my dog will stop barking. They're by themselves out there. Louis, shut up! All right. Where was it? What was he saying? Where are we going?
You're gonna play the story mode or the
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is.
I'm sure there's things that you unlock specific to that, uh, and despite the fact that the story mode is bad, at least this feels like there's a few different modes for sure, and there's a lot of characters and a ton of characters to unlock and all those rackets to unlock. So it does seem like there's enough content in it to keep you busy unlocking shit for a while. Once I
So
unlock all the shit, I don't know. Who knows? We'll see.
you 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 do unlock characters, like it's not just like
Yeah,
here's
no, they're not
all of
all
them. All
unlocked.
right, so
Yeah,
cool. That I do like a game where it's like as you're playing it, you're kind of getting rewarded for playing it. So it's like
yeah.
here's like a new person to try. Like maybe
It'll
I'll
give you
keep an
that.
eye on it.
It gives you that loop that you get like in the first few days when you own Mario Kart, which is like, oh, I don't have every
Yeah,
like. There's actually a game here. Like it's not just the multiplayer game that we're playing over. Like there's a game here with stuff for me to unlock at
yeah.
first. So that'll be fun for a while. And it just I question whether it'll get much play beyond that, but it's fine. It's totally fine. I just think that the adventure, like knowing what we know, having played the GBA Camelot games, like it's just like why can't they do that anymore? I don't get it.
Yeah, those GBA games were awesome.
Like
I would,
I'm sure some people just want what this is. They just want the like just I just want to play multiplayer with it and don't really care. But I
yeah,
really like the RPG. Like uh, part of what got me into sports games when I did, I got pretty into some sports games in like the early 2000s because they were all like that. Are awesome. Like Tiger Woods felt like an RPG, and Mario Golf on the GBA felt like an RPG. I never played the tennis one on GBA, but
uh, it's
um,
it's really cool. Like you're at
yeah,
like a tennis academy, and you have to like go around to different tournaments, and you have to win them. But there's also in between the tournaments, there's like trainings, and like you're doing school, like your tennis
yeah.
school. So it's like it was really neat.
And that's the thing. It's like they know how to do it, and it makes their sports games compelling as a single player game when they do that. And they just maybe they calculated that like not enough people care about that, and most people just want to play tennis or want to play. I don't
Yeah.
know, but it's a shame that they don't get more ambitious. But either way, whether they like bring back the good adventure modes or not, like I just really want a new Mario Golf on the Switch too. So I'm hoping that's coming, but we'll see.
Yep. Yep. Um, well, that's out now. Is that a $70 game
I
or?
think so, yeah.
Yeah, everything's 70 now.
And it's
It's
just
really
like, yeah, maybe it'll go on sale at some point, but you know how Nintendo games are. You really gotta wait. So it's just like, fuck it, whatever.
yeah, like there's not like it might be on sale in 5 years from now for $40, but
I never like this maybe first world problems or whatever. But I never like worry too much about how much a game costs anymore because like literally every time I go to the grocery store, even just to like make dinner, I end up spending the same amount. It's just like, all
Yeah.
right, whatever. Money's coming out of my pocket one way or another, and like I know, like the dinner I make, well, that might last me 30 minutes, and I mean it keeps you alive, but the games I buy, no matter how much I play this, I'm sure over the course of its lifetime, I
You'll
will
put
have
enough time into it.
yeah.
Let's Mario Tennis Fever out now. I've been playing a game that Jeff talked up a lot over the last couple weeks with um, our game of the year. I am now deep in the throes of Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles, which is the remake of Final Fantasy Tactics, or yeah, I guess a remake is probably the right word for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I like Final Fantasy Tactics. I played it when it first came out on the PlayStation, and I played a little bit of this when it first came out, but then quickly moved off to other things. I am now fully into it,
Yeah.
and it's really, really good. I question for you. You've talked a lot about the mechanics and kind of like the diorama boards and the job system and all the kind of like the tactical approaches to it. Did you pay any attention to the story at all, or
No. No.
okay?
Is it good?
So I think it's really good. It's the first chapter is very much set up for like it's all set up for class warfare, where these rich people are taking advantage of the poor, and you play Ramza, who's the main character. And I think he's always in your party for the most part. You almost always have to have him on the field unless it's like a random battle. He is a member of like this, not a royal house, but like a noble house, and he's friends with a commoner though, and his brothers uh, basically fuck them all over in an attempt for power. So like there's some like really cool stuff going on. Story wise, it's all like class warfare based, and
Hell yeah,
also
dude.
um, there's like a Game of Thrones vibe to it a little bit. The voice, it's all voice acted too, which was not the case in
Yeah, that is what I wanted to
original.
ask you if you noticed differences. I mean, even beyond that, is it like the game like is the core game pretty much exactly the same, and it's just better
Yeah,
graphics and voice acting and
it's
all that?
they've kept the like core mechanics of it. I think, and I don't fully remember. I don't know if you could skip random battles in. So like you can in this one where you're moving between town to town for whatever reason. Like sometimes you just need to do random battles to level your guys up.
Mm-hmm.
But uh, there's like at some point you're going to be powerful enough that if you level up more, the random battles start getting harder than the main game, because they want you to kind of push forward with the story. And if you over level, stuff starts getting wonky in those random battles. But I don't remember being able to skip them in the original. And here there's like but do you want to fight or do you want to flee?
Mm-hmm.
And so you can just like, I don't want to do this random battle right now, and just like continue on your path to the next story bit. Um, the random battles are fine. Uh, like as I said, you need to do them occasionally to level up, but um, I think the campaign, like those, you're generally within level. Like you don't have to do a whole ton of grinding. They've kind of modified that a bit, because in the original I remember having to do a lot of grinding to be able to advance the story.
I did a decent amount. also might not be as good. Also, that was a surprise for me with Fire Emblem, where it's like you just can't really do that. Like that's not how it is. It's just you're just going from chapter to
Yeah, that
chapter.
that was
Yeah.
that was something I was wondering is like, because like you are gaining levels there, but it's
You
like
just
I was
like Fire Emblem is almost. I mean, this is true of both of them, I guess, but it's almost like more of a puzzle. Like you have to figure out what is the thing I have to do to get through this battle. Like you always should be leveled for it because again, you can't go grind. So like where you are is where
right.
you are. But yeah, I do now that like I was kind of blanking on what you were talking about because it's been a little while now since I played it, about a month. But yeah, now I remember there's like an overworld map, and you could like just kind of stop on a square on the map and just be like, I need to search for an enemy. I need to level up, right? Like,
Yeah. Yep.
so I did a fair amount of it. Like, I don't know how far you are or
I
what.
am. I'm nearing the end of chapter 2.
Yeah, so it'll get harder. I don't know when
Yeah,
you played it last, but it gets harder, and you'll have to do some grinding, I think. But
yeah. I did a fair amount like once I reached chapter 2.
mm,
So I'm a little bit above the kind of like the story enemies, but even some of them, like I just did one in a swamp, and I wasn't truly prepared for fighting. And I actually totally forgotten, like if you go into the swamp, like you can get poisoned in there. So I threw Ramza and another knight in there. And immediately they were poisoned. It's like, oh shit! And I don't have my chemist with me, nor do I have a white mage. So best get them out and hope that wears off. So yeah, that they the battles can get a little bit tough, but
part of the grinding too, I would say. I think I mentioned this before. I think last time I talked about the game, like
mhm,
you definitely want to be switching jobs, and you want to be learning perks or whatever, like the special abilities of those jobs. And
yep.
so, like, move around a lot on that because it'll definitely help you in the end because you'll be able to attach perks from different jobs to create like waste that you can't lose, which is awesome.
Oh yeah, there are. I think all of them have like skills that transfer, but you have to like build it. You have to get enough job
Yes,
points by
yes.
using them. So
So
it's
like
like,
switch jobs a lot, and
yeah,
then like that will lead to some of the grinding because you're like, okay, I switched to this job. I'm like really weak in this job. I need to go grind. But that's when you get all those abilities, and you could like go back to whatever class you want to be. You could grab the things you liked about that class. Like I think I told you, I beat the game by attaching first strike to everybody, so that
hmm
like basically, if someone goes to attack me, I'm gonna hit them first, and that's it. That's it for the turn. So like I was like unbeatable at the end.
yeah. You can really break the game if you you
But I like
manipulate
that
some
about
of
it.
those
That's like the
skills.
strategy
Yeah.
of it. You know.
But yeah, that game's great. I am playing it on the Ally X, so I'm playing it just basically in handheld mode, which is that game is great for that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, for sure.
it works perfectly. Earl has joined us. Welcome.
Hello, what's up?
Not much. How are you doing?
The world's on fire, but I'm doing okay. Doing
I
okay.
mean, yes, the world is on fire.
The best part about the week, though, is the New England Patriots did not win the Super Bowl, so suck it, Tony.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
we did have to watch that Super Bowl.
It was not a good game at
It
no.
was the
all.
worst game I watched all year. It was the worst game I watched all year. I fucking
It was
hated it.
it's a combination of the ads are terrible because the ads are mostly AI. That Jurassic Park
Yeah.
stuff still gives me nightmares. The
I
game
was at
itself was terrible in the first half. It got better in the third quarter, and then the Patriots were doing whatever the hell they were doing. I guess they were trying to make the Seahawks win. The halftime show was great though.
it's
It
literally
was
the only
entertaining.
notable thing.
Yep.
Um, yeah, it was a brutal game to watch. And then
I think I
Tony
was texting
was.
Chris because I was at a friend's house and I was like, dude, I just want to go home. This sucks.
Oh yeah,
I
well, I texted Jeff and I was like, "This game is awful." He was like, "I just want to go home and play Dragon Quest."
My friend was, I think it was like maybe the end of the second quarter. He's like, I just want to go home. I just want to go to bed.
I think we all had
And
that feeling, and we just couldn't bring ourselves to admit it to ourselves because I think everyone just like this is terrible. Like
I think because like the first 3 scores were field goals, it's like everybody's like, no, not even everybody. The Seahawks were getting in scoring position, but they couldn't convert.
Yep.
Then the Patriots were not doing anything.
No, at one
Yeah.
point in the second half, or in the end of the first half, I think they said there was like they had 9 passing yards and 12 rushing yards. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is awful.
And I love the people that are like, oh, it was a great defensive battle. Fuck that, dude. I watched a decent amount of football this year and in my life, and like that game just sucked. It just sucked. It was not fun to watch.
It was not a good game. It was not a good game.
And
I
on
will
top
say
of
I'm
it, you have
always
the
a fan of,
bloatedness of it.
yes. I'm always a fan of the commentary trying to make it an interesting game.
Yep.
And everybody else is like, sure, whatever you were saying, but we're watching this. This is not a good football game. Oh, like this defense is no, this defense is good. This offense is awful. This quarterback, sure, he had like Super Bowl jitters or something. And again, it was not like the Seahawks were this dominant team. The Seahawks would get in scoring position and just not be able to convert until the second. And even then, I think most of their scores were from interceptions.
I mean, it's weird because like again, I don't watch every team every week, but like the week before or like the previous game, the Seahawks were like fucking awesome. I had zero doubt going in that they were going to win. I thought I think everybody was like Seahawks are going to win. Like
I wanted the Seahawks to win, but I was like I never can discount the Patriots because they somehow pull it out all the time, and I was happy they did not. Again, it was funny watching listening to the commentary because clearly the commentary is like, "Ooh, this quarterback is just because it was his second year in the league or something like that."
yeah,
And he just did not have the nerves for this big time spotlight so early on in his career.
And Tony did not have the nerve for the spotlight on him for the show, so he flew off to an island.
The coward.
That's a very Patriots fan thing.
Yeah, just escape from us.
You know what I did enjoy about it is watching like Portnoy meltdown.
To get the guy from Barstool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Barstool Sports. Yeah, he's an asshole. I'm happy anytime he melts down.
I would also say, and I don't know how much this crossed over into your stratosphere, but it's also very funny because we quote unquote spent like the past decade talking about like like all major cities are like these hellholes where crime's ridden and homeless people are taking over, and then people on the right wing had to go to San Francisco for the Super Bowl, being like, "Oh, this city's fine."
Yeah.
It's like every other city. Like
every big city is going to have like homelessness and crime and stuff. Like but it's just reality. That's if anything, that's a condemnation of our society.
Right. Like if your ecosystem's all right wing about like how this is all hellhole and stuff, and then you have to go and be like, oh, okay, this is fine. This is fine.
You survive the scary city. Ooh.
The scary liberal elite coastal elite, whatever the hell they want to be called. But that was aside, and this is my random introduction. What have you folks talked about?
Did you guys watch The Turning Point?
God no. God no. I have some dignity.
So I did not watch it. I have seen clips of it.
Yeah.
I've seen people like doing commentary about it, but I did not.
I think it was like completely fake. Like not just that he was lip syncing, but like there wasn't like actually people. Like I don't know. I saw shots of it where like I saw stills where there's like literally 10 people. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
what is this?
It was very weird, man. It's so strange.
Oh no, we can't listen to a guy sing in Spanish. Or what?
It was, and that show was fun. The Bad Bunny.
It was all like we were all watching it. At the end of it, I was like, dude, that was actually pretty cool. Like, and everyone was like, yeah, like that was like actually. And we also all thought the little kid was that Liam kid that like from Minnesota, I think.
Oh,
that kid. Did you guys think that when you saw it? I thought for sure it was that kid. He looked just like him.
I did not even. That's not even something that crossed into my mind. Like that'd be neat if it was. I assume it wasn't.
When
Right?
he goes and gives his Grammy to like a
Yeah.
little kid, it wasn't Liam, but he looked a lot like him, and like everyone in the room was like, I'm in this garage full of dudes, and like we weren't talking politics or any of the current events before this. And we all see that, and we're like, is that kid from Minnesota? Like I was convinced of it until I read an article the next day that it was not. It was not intended to be him or allusion to him even.
But that there was I don't think it happened at halftime, but that couple that was there, they were married there at the Super Bowl, and yeah, it was a neat show. My kids have been listening to Bad Bunny. It's not music that really does anything for me, but
Yeah.
they're listening to it and having a good time with it. So
it's not music I've listened to, but like I enjoyed the show. I like genuinely enjoyed the show, and like, the production design and everything was really cool. I love how it starts. He's got his back turned to the camera, and he's like in a cornfield or whatever, and he just turns around. He's got the football in his hand. He's
whoa. Sugar cane.
Oh, it's not a cornfield. I'm in corn country, so everything's a cornfield to me, Earl.
Okay, as a Caribbean boy, sugar cane is just like I do have me some sugar cane. I thought it was great. I thought I don't listen to music, but even then I was like, oh, this is like it's one of those things where I don't understand the words, and I will say that, but like you can kind of like the energy and the beat of it. I'm like, oh, I want to listen to him more often because it's like really good, like kind of get up and move music.
I really like the first song, like the part I was just talking about, like the beginning of that. I just really like, but like yeah, I think it's a barrier for me to listen to that music because like I'm used to music being in English. Like I don't, you know what I mean? Like even though in English half the time I don't know what the fuck they're saying either.
Well,
like,
that's what I was gonna say because somebody on Blue Sky asked this week, it's like how important are lyrics to songs to you? And I'm like, for me, it's like there are songs I've listened to countless times, years and years and years. And there will be like one time I actually listened to them, like, oh, I actually had no idea what the song was saying. Because again, a lot of it
that is not an odd thing either, Earl. Like so many people that I talk about with music, like they're like, well, like what do you mean? I'm like, have you not ever listened to the lyrics of this song? Like
they should have Bruce to do "Born in the USA."
I was gonna say there are two different types of schools of that though. There are people like me who's just like, oh, I like the song, but I don't listen to the lyrics. And there's ones who hear the title of the song and corrupt it, be like, this is about X, Y, and Z, and it's like, no. This is the complete like again, the whole media literacy thing where people don't know how to read or listen to anything because it doesn't they don't realize it attacks their worldview.
Yeah,
it cracks me up though with certain artists like some of my favorite artists are the ones who are really good lyricists, like Bruce Springsteen, like perfect example, Zach Bryan, and it's like those songs I do listen to at least 50% for the lyrics, but I just don't know how you like listen to like these Bruce songs and not get the message out of them. Like I don't know, it's weird.
I mean. Some people just listen for the beat, which I mean, I assume
it's
is
fine.
what you'd listen to for like Bad Bunny, right? Like you were listening to kind of like the dancey vibe. And I did know that Gasolina song only because I believe that showed up in a Fast and Furious movie at some point.
It's also because that one's in English.
Kind of, I guess.
Because that's a Daddy Yankee song?
I don't know who sings it. I thought it was his song, but
the Gasolina.
Yeah.
That's
not it. It's Daddy Yankee. Yes,
that is an O. Yeah, that is an O. The song.
Oh.
And I do think it's in a Fast and the Furious, but
other funny thing, we're watching it in my buddy's garage. And like 10 seconds in, there's like a bunch of Tina girls shaking their asses and shit. And my buddy goes, "Oh, I'm sure the Republicans are hating this." Like, yeah, right.
And they were.
They were watching it, jerking off under the fucking table, probably. But
and again, it's one of my favorite things is not my favorite things. It's like so many of them are complaining about it. And it's like you had a whole setup for your own thing, and you're still watching this to gripe about it.
yes,
And
they still watched.
That was the great part.
Yes, I'm sure we'll get to this in some of the news, but at some point, I'm just like, you folks are just whiny ass babies. Why don't you focus on stuff you enjoy? If you enjoy anything,
I don't think they do, Earl.
They
I don't
don't.
think they enjoy anything. What was Kevin Sorbo did exactly, and he's Hercules. For those that don't remember or are too young to know Hercules and Xena Warrior Princess, but he's gone completely batshit bananas over the last decade or so. He like tweeted out or whatever social media he uses was like, "Don't forget to change the channel to the Kid
Sure.
Rock show." And then he like followed it up with, "That was the worst halftime show ever."
Yep.
So either like you hated that one or you just did not do what you told everybody else to do.
Most of them didn't.
No. Based on the numbers that they kind of
based on it. Yeah.
no, people did not. Earl, to answer your question, we talked Mario Tennis Fever,
Okay.
which Jeff bought drunkenly, but he did buy
I
it.
was going to say, Sunday, it's one of those games I would get. It feels like one of those games. It's Nintendo, so I know it won't be on discount for another 2 years, but
Yeah.
I'll pick it up when it's like $40 on the eShop.
That's what I told Jeff. I'm like, when it goes on sale, it'll be $40, and it won't be on sale for a few years. So,
But yeah, that's definitely when I'll pick it up.
and we talked Final Fantasy Tactics,
Okay.
which I was playing. So, what have you been playing over the
I
last?
honestly have not been playing a lot. The main thing I've been focused on, and I think I did, is I want to talk about Fire Emblem Path of Radiance,
Mhm.
and I will wait for Jeff. I mean, aside from that, I've been playing Fortnite. As usual, been playing some Helldivers. We got some Helldivers DLC recently. We got some new weapons and new, I forget, ordnance. I forget what they call it, but we also got, I guess, enemies returning from Helldivers 1, which is I forget the names of them, but apparently it's like the giant robot race or the ones who created the automatons. So like
Mhm.
they're kind of like the big bats behind everything, and like it's fun to do that. I think I beat Donkey Kong, I think, before we get to the Game of the Year stuff. I played more Epsilon. So again, it's been a lot of, and maybe I'm wrong. I feel like the last 2 weeks hasn't been a ton of new stuff that I wanted to check out. So it's just been me kind of going through the stuff I want to do. Um,
It's
so
always
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Did you collect your Chapel Roan skin from Fortnite?
I have not because I'm in between Game Pass right now. I will
Mm,
look into getting Game Pass probably tonight or tomorrow. Just because I do want to get the Fortnite stuff, and then there's a few games that have come out recently. And I'm like, okay, let me get my Game Pass. Let me see if I can get it, at least a couple of months or whatever.
yep.
To make sure I can. What am I trying to say? Again, to play some games to make sure, and especially for like what we're trying to do this year with the game club, is
Yep.
like I want to make sure I have access to that. And then the problem is it's just so. I mean, like even for a year of like Game Pass Core, which is with the formerly known as Xbox Live Gold, it's like $73. I think it's like $80 a year, which is insane because I remember when this used to be like $50. Um, and then I did not. I downloaded Overwatch. I've not played it yet. So I'm like, Overwatch introduced new characters this week, and they reset from Overwatch 2 to just generic Overwatch again. That is, I mean, again, correct me if I'm wrong. This is probably the first I've seen in a video game. Not that the things haven't been rebranded, but I don't think I've ever seen a sequel use a number to just like, no, we're just one game again.
Yep. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen anybody go like, we launched our sequel, which is really just the same game as before. But yeah, we're just gonna lose it, and we're just gonna go back to the original name. That's wild. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So, well, Jeff, you back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you play anything else besides Mario Tennis?
I've been playing.
Hello?
Nope. You all right there, Earl?
My friend was calling me.
Jeff, you play anything else besides?
I've been playing Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. I really
How
like
is
it.
that going?
It's going well. Like it is kind of an oddball entry in the series. Now, I'm not like an expert on the series, but I've played a lot of them now, and the minute-to-minute stuff feels like any other Dragon Quest. And so, like, if you're already playing Dragon Quest 11 right now, Chris, or whatever, you're in the middle of that, I would not like jump
into
to
this.
Yeah, but like, there's cool things about it. Like, for one, I love the visuals. Like, I think the graphics are so neat. Like, especially like the character models, even like the models of the weapons and stuff, I think just all look really fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. Like visually, I think it's like kind of stunning at points, and it has this. So have you played Dragon Quest VII? Anybody?
I did not. I know it was a PlayStation game. That's all I know about it.
So it has this premise of like you're a bunch of kids like living on this island, and this island is the only thing in the world. It's just like an island and an empty ocean outside of it. And the story is like you're a bunch of kids. You're like, there's got to be something else out there, and you kind of like discover this cave with all these like altars that like you could clearly put stone tablets into. You go around and find these stone tablets in the world and assemble them and put them on these altars, and it opens up another world. And what the other world is like another part of the world that used to exist, like another island that used to exist, and like you go back in time and fix whatever problem happened at this island, and then when you come back, like once you beat the level, you come back to the present, and that like level exists in the present, and then you go explore that area in the present. There'll be changes or prizes for you to get, right, or whatever. And that structure, it's weird. It feels oddball. It feels like how Majora's Mask felt or something. Like it's just like this is different. But it also like makes it feel bite-sized, if that makes any sense. Like it's not one big. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's what I've heard from again, a lot of reviews pointed out, because it's not one big grand adventure. It does eventually become one, apparently, but it feels like a bunch of micro stories. And then what I hear that people complain about is like with this one, because this is the third version of it, it's like each time they take out stories from it, so it becomes like it went from a 100-hour game to like an 80-hour game to like now a 40-hour game.
And it does. I would say out of all the Dragon Quests I've played, it feels much leaner than any of them. Almost like I don't know how many hours I have in it. I would wager somewhere around 15 hours, and it doesn't seem like I have enough many tablets left to like fill out, like many levels left to do. Like you can see all the altars there in this special area, and I'm like, man, I'm pretty far in this already, and like I don't feel like I've played it a ton. And yeah, like that's like the big thing that stands out for me. Like if I had played this not knowing where it originally came from, I would have guessed it was like this is a remake of like a handheld game, because like it has that handheld game feel.
Yeah,
where it's like it's so like you said, like micro like stories or micro levels, kind of like. Although I guess by the end of it, I'm going to have one big world where all these islands exist on it, and it'll feel more like a traditional, grand RPG. But yeah, I really love it. Like I love the look of it. I love that bite-sized feel. It actually like it makes it feel more digestible, I guess, in a way.
I really do like the look of it. It has a nice.
It's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it does really have a nice style.
They're
like it looks great. Like when you're battling, it just looks awesome in motion. Like again, it's not just the character models. It's just like the even like the like your weapons and stuff that you're holding look tactile. Like they look, even though it's cartoony, the graphics are just good to me. Chris, what were you gonna say?
They kind of look like little toys.
Yes. Yeah.
It's neat. I plan on getting it. I have not started 11 yet, but I was like, so there's differing opinions on like if this is part of anything. Like a lot of people are like, no, it doesn't belong to any. It's like it's a standalone. That and 8 are its own thing. Then there's people that are like, no, it falls in with 1, 2, and 3. It's just like hundreds of years later. It's like
I think so, because you know why? Because like they just mentioned kind of who like the ultimate villain is, and it's a guy from those early ones, I think. So I'm like, oh, this must tie in.
Yeah, so I was like, probably not like to a point where I need to play them in order, but that was my thinking.
Dude,
Was
you fucking spent all year.
Yeah. Well, cool. I am glad you are enjoying Dragon Quest VII. Earl wanted to briefly talk about Fire Emblem. We are gonna keep the big discussion for Fire Emblem for when Tony gets back, so all 4 of us can talk it. But Earl's been playing a little bit of Fire Emblem as well. Jeff has played the most of us. He's almost done. But Earl, how are you feeling about Fire Emblem?
I mean, the long and short of it is, I feel like I've been underrated in this franchise. I feel like I've been avoiding this franchise because of the permadeath thing, and that scared me off. And playing through this, I will echo what Jeff said, that it is a game that not timeless, because like clearly it aged, like the graphics and stuff, and the battle system is very not janky at all. I shouldn't say janky. It's very old school. It's very like this person does there's 2 motions you can do with an ability, and that's it. There's like a critical, which has a different animation than this a normal attack. But I think up to chapter 10. And even in that short time, I'm surprised at the characters I've grown attached to. I'm surprised at how, I think what it does, and I mean this as a compliment, is it found a way to kind of serialize video games, because each chapter is like its own story. It's telling a bigger overall narrative, but each one is very specifically like, this is the story of this chapter, and I got to get through this chapter. Whether it's playing defense or offense, whether it's trying to, survive or whatever it is, like this is doing its thing. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? I enjoy this. We'll get into a deeper conversation, I think, when Tony's back, about like there are things that I think they fix later on. Like there are times where, and again, maybe I don't understand the game well enough, where I wish I could see the enemy's like radius without help, like having to back up, go to the enemy, remember where the enemy lines end, and then go back to my characters. Like I wish it was possible. Like I'm moving my character, can I go over this enemy and see, like, do we overlap? Or am I right outside of their striking zone? Because there are missions where it's like, I want to like, there's a mission early on, I think it's chapter 6 or 7, where you're like sneaking through the forest. And if you don't get out the forest, they will not be alerted, they will not attack you. And I'm like trying to get everybody in situated so that like once we get out the forest, we can all move as one. But I'm like, how far is the enemy movement? How far, like, who do I need in the front? Because the experience is also based off of who attacks, who gets attacked, who defends, who kills people. But there's also people early on they give you, I think right now is Titania, who
She's so strong.
yeah, she's strong, but you also don't necessarily want to depend on her constantly, because then it means you're not giving up your other characters. And then there's other characters like Mist and Reese, who, because they are healers, they don't level up as fast. But it's also like, I don't want to waste their healing on like healing for like 1 or 2. But you need to get them to heal. In order for them to heal, they have to be 1 behind, which also means that like in some way either they have to move first, or if you move and then get somebody else to push them out of the way of any potential like archers or mages, because they don't have a lot of defense. Every so often, I've only done it once or twice, like you rescue people. But again, we'll get into a deeper conversation about that. The one thing I do want to say and I want to say this up front, and it's something I just wanted to say because I've had it on the back of my mind since not started the game. I think this happens in chapter 6, or the end of chapter 6, beginning of chapter 7. I forget what. Is like this is the first game I've played in some time that has used video game storytelling in a unique, I don't want to say unique, but in such a compelling way, because almost everything up until that point was told through text boxes, like your character talking to other characters and stuff like that. There's a scene where stuff happens, and then it's like, oh no, we're gonna do a full CG cutscene for this. And then after that full CG cutscene, it's the character, like it's like this really nicely painted drawing of like Ike and his sister talking, and like the text box is on top of it. And I'm like, oh, I like that you used different avenues of storytelling for video games to like, this is a major moment. We're not gonna do this in like text, like simple, like here's this sprite and here's this other sprite. It's like, no, this gets a budget. This is a full CG thing.
Yeah. Well, that was like the thing about that era. I remember at the time, like in that era, not talking about this game, but like talking with a friend, like games would do that, like where it'd be like there'd be more, like there'd be dialogue, text box chatting, and then all of a sudden there'd be like a big cutscene, and my friend would be always like, "That's like the like reward you get for like getting somewhere, and it's this fucking awesome like movie looking like cutscene." You know what I mean? And yeah, that's neat. Like it doesn't happen often in it, but yeah, it's really cool.
And that's the thing. It's like if it happened often, it wouldn't have felt as special, or that
it would just feel like a new game. Yeah.
It would not have felt as like, it's a very pivotal moment. Like I would say that's when the game begins.
It's like when the cutscenes felt like a reward, as opposed to now it's just like games are built off of cutscenes. Like,
yes. And I was like so anticipating that, and because even the setup to that is still kind of like it's a text box and stuff like that, and it's like no, now this pivotal moment.
You get your little mini movie as a reward for exactly.
Yes, and I was like, oh man, this is so good because now this stands out to me more than anything else in this game because it stood out and how it's built up, and even the fallout of it. And I was like, okay. And I'm just so I do, and I will say I've been save scumming, and it's one of those things where I might as well talk about this because I'm just gonna talk about it. Because one of the things the game does not do well to me, two things. One, it does not tell you what a lot of items do when you get them. You just get them, and maybe I don't know. And maybe there's a button that you can press that tells you what it is. But like I got like some pure water, and I got some like a Swifter or something. I forget what it's called. I'm like, what does this do? You click on it, it does not tell you what it does. I'm like, I don't want to use this in case it does something special. I've looked up elsewhere what stuff does. I'm like, okay, but I wish the game would do it better for me. And again, maybe there's a button I'm not pressing that tells me like, oh, this is what this item is. 2, it does not necessarily always make it clear, or it has not made it clear, when you can recruit characters. There's a character in chapter 8 that you have to get close to your main character, so that your main character can talk to them, and you get recruited. But in the course of the actual match, that character does not stand out to me at all. And there's a character, so I picked up some of the stuff after that. There's a character I missed in chapter 3. I think Chris is past this point. There's like a Pegasus knight that comes in like halfway through that chapter on the boat, and she will attack stuff.
Yep. Yes.
I did not realize you could talk to her.
Oh. Are you're supposed to talk to her? Oh yeah,
I realized you can recruit characters. I just kept getting them automatically. I thought like I don't know.
There are some that you get automatically, and there's some you recruit.
I did not realize it. That's cool.
Exactly my point.
Yeah.
The game does tell you that because there's a mission where it's like, oh, if you talk to so and so with so and so, they might be recruited. I think it's the character who gets automatically recruited, but they do this tutorial for it. But then I think that's like probably chapter 7.
They're like optional characters you recruit.
Yes.
Where and when? Like, because you're just going from fight to fight, right? Like,
there's a lot of them that you recruit them in the fight, and that's the thing they don't tell you.
Whoa.
Because again, like chapter 8, and chapter 8 is when you get your second mage.
How am I
And
near
she
the
tells-
end of the game and you're telling me this shit?
That's what I'm saying. The game does not make a good deal about this. Because chapter 3, there's a woman. She comes on the boat. If you
It
talk to-
also does not explain to you that they're permadeaths. That they're like someone will fall in battle and they're like, I will retreat now, and you're like, okay, I can get them after. It's like, no, you can't. They're dead. Like,
that's the thing. The only person who can die, and the game will be over is Ike. Everybody else, if they die, they die.
yeah, but it's like when they die, they make it sound like, oh, we'll see you in the next battle. It's like, no, you won't.
Nope,
Like, they're dead.
It's like I'm gonna retreat to my casket.
Yeah, and I assume some of them are still around for storytelling purposes. But there's also some. Oh God, what is it? There's a character again. Chapter 10. There's a character that I think it's the first mission where you have to escape. That you have to make sure they get out before Ike does, and that's how you recruit them. And then in chapter 9, there are two characters, the subhumans. What are they called?
Like the dog people.
Yes. And you have to make sure they survive because that's when you learn about ordering people around. Because if you just let them do their thing, they would run into a bunch of people and get attacked or whatever. And it's like, okay, there's stuff like that. But again, the person you meet in chapter 3, if you talk to them, which I did not do, apparently comes back in chapter 9. Because chapter 9, even if you don't recruit that person, will give you a tutorial on Pegasus. And I'm like, why are you giving me the tutorial now? I have nothing to use this for. And that's when that cast is supposed to be introduced.
So I missed out on recruiting her.
I missed out on them too.
Okay.
I definitely probably
Cool.
did.
No, because they do tell you like so chapter 3 I think is the one. It's like where they're like, hey, if you go into like these buildings, no, that's the one before. Chapter 3 is the one where like, hey, sometimes there's characters you want to keep them alive, but I don't think it tells you like you should talk to them.
Yes, and
Just
that's the
you should
thing.
keep them alive.
There
So
are
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna keep you alive, and
there are
whatever.
things they do not tell you or it's not explained well. Like chapter 8, I think the end of chapter 8 or the start of chapter 8 is when you
Mhm.
unlock the shop. And I was just, I don't think you're far enough yet, Chris, where you get your own base, and when you get to the base, you can talk to people, and that's where you can outfit folks with like different weapons and like get them I forget the healing thing
Okay,
is
so
called.
I was wondering about that because I'm just like picking up weapons that sometimes drop, and
Yeah,
it's like this seems weird because my stuff is breaking, and
yeah.
it might
So,
like does it refresh at the end of the match? Like I wasn't really sure, but
You'll
all right.
get a steady supply of stuff from killing people and whatnot.
but you also eventually open up a shop where
Yes,
you can
and you
go
sometimes will
and.
use it. Like,
Got it.
But
Okay.
but
Well,
the shop for me was I thought it would be like an icon that says shop because that's what I am accustomed to in the video game. And it does, but this is in a sub menu of something
it's buried
else.
in like
The
outfitting your
outfit,
character.
yes.
Yeah, like what are your
And I-
character? And at the very bottom it is like, oh, press this button to shop. I was like, oh,
Yes.
thank God. Like, I like needed like my guy's, Lance is at like a 1 out of 30, and it's gonna break, and he's gonna be useless in the next fight. I'm like, so yeah, you will eventually have to use those.
Yes, but I went into chapter 8. I'm like, oh, I talked to these people. I guess they're gonna set up shop next time. And I'm like, oh, that's weird because I was like reading a guide at that point. They're like, oh, so and so would be good with a hand axe because a hand axe gives them range. Like if somebody has like a javelin or a bow and arrow, you can hit them back. Like, oh, I didn't get an option. I didn't buy any. I mean, I didn't get any. And I'm like, oh no, the shop. I'm like, what shop? I'm like, oh, there's a shop hit. Okay, so that's hidden. And then the other thing, not hidden, but you don't understand it until that chapter. And even then, I don't think you understand it. Is at some point you start getting what they call bonus XP, and that's
Okay.
XP.
Yeah. Chris, do you know about this?
No.
He doesn't know about it yet.
Yeah,
That's the
it's
same.
like under
chapter.
skills. Is it under skills or something? Like
it's
there's some
still the
menu you gotta
same
go into.
thing.
You get to spend
Yeah.
you get to spend XP, Chris. Like, and you get to level up your character's shit.
So I was just like, because
It's
I was like,
hidden.
so there seems like there's multiple layers to this that like just haven't been revealed to me yet. Because it's like, I did not know any of that, and I was like, I guess I just like I get experience for attacking or defending
You
sometimes.
do, but yeah, but then
And
like you have some that you could spend on the side,
Yes.
and like so you could level up characters between battles and stuff.
Yeah.
Got
So
it,
you
okay.
and then I
That's
guess
good shit.
and I think it's even. I think it's always 100 XP will level up a
Yeah.
character.
Yep.
But like, yeah. So this happens later on, and it's like you don't know it yet. And eventually, they don't. The game doesn't really tell you. It was. I was just clicking through menus. I'm like, oh, there's one that's like skills, and the
Yeah.
other one's like
Fuck
XP.
around with the menus, Chris. Like, pull
Yes.
up your menus, and you'll find it.
All right,
But
I think that the next mission I have is the one Earl was talking about, where it's the like run through the forest.
Yeah.
So
Yes, and I think there's a character that you're introduced to there that you can recruit. But like, yes, there are a lot of tutorials, but it's also like there's so many tutorials. I'm like, you still don't explain stuff to me. How am I like, what's going on here? Um, that said, I'm still at such. Here's where I'm broken. I'm like, I'm playing this, and I'm like, I kind of want to start 3 houses after this.
me too. I said the same thing to Chris.
I'm like,
Like on a meta level, I don't want to like talk too much more specifically about the game because I pretty much said everything I had to say about the game at this point already. But on a meta level, I think it's one. I love that there's a GameCube app for the Switch 2. Like I love that system. And this is one of those games on that system that I feel like really holds up. Like it's like fun to play today, like completely.
sure.
And what's awesome about that is like this game, if you wanted to like buy the actual game, like I think it's like for a loose disc, it's like $150.
yeah.
And I just get to play it because I'm subscribed to the Switch Online. What were you gonna say, Chris?
And that's I was gonna say pretty much the same thing. It's like I feel like this is one of those games that kind of highlights what's the appeal of NSO because it is a game that was on it released on the GameCube, it released in North America, but I don't think I mean I know Fire Emblem was not a thing back then. Like I think this is the second game that released in the Fire Emblem series in North America. And it was not a thing. It's not a thing. It's not a thing that gets. Even now, it does not get a huge market. It's like
it almost bums me out. I didn't check it out back in the day because it's so like I would have liked it. Like it's so good.
It's kind of
like,
one of those things where I'm like, because there's a direct sequel as well on the Wii.
Radiant I could have been like six Fire Emblem games deep by this point if I had just given this game a chance back in the day.
Yeah, and then and it's again, it's one of those things where, I mean. Nintendo's not always known for their stories, and that's fine. And so far, this isn't like a super deep story. There's stuff that they get into, and there's stuff like that. And like Ike, like you go into the kingdom of Gali or whatever it is, and you find out he's been there.
Yep.
And you find out he's been there before, and there's stuff like that. There's a mystery I haven't revolved around yet, and his sister has powers. But like the fact that, again, like more than the story, I find myself so getting attached to these characters. Like Ike is Ike. Ike's in Smash Brothers. But like Boyd is my boy. Tatiana, Titania, because she's such a tank. I think at this point now, Chris, or maybe the next one, you use 2 characters in the next. You use 2 characters early on who are really good hands. And it's just like, oh crap, they were really like dependable for me.
Yeah, the story seems to be pointing towards like the archer guy and
yes,
his
those are
buddy
exactly
Liam.
the 2 people who leave you.
Yeah, that sucks because they're awesome.
Like I did not like Soren, because he's kind of a racist. That's the mage.
Yeah, he
who,
kind of
like
sucks too.
but he's also kind of like he's kind of the Spock of the game, where
Wait,
he's pretty
Sora?
much Sora.
Soren.
That's a dude.
Soren. Yeah.
Yeah, the mage, the one in the black
The
robes.
first mage you
I
get.
thought it was a chick.
I thought it was a dude. That's a guy's name.
I think it's a guy.
You got me. I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah, because like they're the ones that me figure out what they are before I say anything.
He gets pretty good after you level him up enough. Like he's not like you can't have him like lead the charge as a powerhouse.
No,
Obviously,
you
but like
can't because
you
he's
can have him sweep up though. Like if you leave an enemy with like
yeah.
15 HP, he could roll in and fucking clear that guy off the board. You
But
know.
again, it's not so much his ability because I guess it's really good. Again, and that's also part of the strategy. It's like sometimes I want somebody to go in and do some damage, but I want like Mia is so damn weak early on, and I'm like every time I'm trying to put you in battle, it's like you'll do like 2 damage. The person will do 15 to you. So I don't want you to front line, but I need you to level up somehow.
You got people like Reeves who like basically can't do anything. Like
He's a healer, so he heals.
Yeah,
So-
I leave Reeds in the back, and then when somebody
Yeah.
gets hurt, I just like rotate.
Moved them
and,
to
like,
him, and
and
then
then
yeah,
try to like keep him in a safe position afterward. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
But-
he's basically can't do anything else.
and then you get, and then I missed is the other one, the second healer you get, and I like her. But like because he's so matter of fact that because he's again Spock, he's like the ones like, no, we shouldn't help these people. We should just be friends with the guys attacking the aggressors, because like the odds of the other side winning is so low that it doesn't make any sense for us. And I'm like, oh, I hate you, but his logic isn't accurate. But again, he's like I think as he softens up so far as the game goes on, especially his relationship with Ike, where Ike's like, I trust you, I need you on my team, and stuff like that. And again, it does the thing with Fire Emblem where eventually you'll get to a point where like these characters will have many conversations with each other, and then every so often you can have conversations with each other on the battlefield, which also helps you do like I assume team moves and combos eventually, or some sort of that. But yeah, I am so happy because honestly, if not for this, I think I still would not have played it. And I'm so happy I was forced to because I've enjoyed it so much more than I thought I would. And it's really just one of those days where I'm like, now I'm like, when is Fortune Weave coming out? I wanted to find
it's literally like one of my most anticipated games of the year now, and it's the first series I've never played up until this month. Like I can't wait.
Again, I played Awakening and I own 3 houses, but 3 houses more for me was just scared off because like you have to beat it 3 times, and like people are like, it's $100. I'm like,
I'd never touched Fire Emblem before this. This is like completely new to me.
Oh yeah,
right up my alley.
Same for me. Be interested to hear what Tony, being a strategy gamer,
I'm assuming you would like it.
Has to say about it. So, but we'll talk more Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance.
Tony will. We've already said everything.
Well, I assume that Earl will make it farther into the game.
I think we'll make it further, and then maybe it'll be like, oh, like this game is awful now, and all my characters suck. But
nah, it's good. You'll enjoy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so that's Fire Emblem. Last game I'm gonna bring up here. Well, it's a two pack. They're both mountain climbing games. I played a little bit of Peak with buddy Daxter, which is a game that came out last year. It's a co-op mountain climbing game where you kind of look like little bubble people. That's fun. It has proximity-based chat. So if you get too far away, you can't hear your teammates.
Friday the 13th style. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of fun because Dax's brother was playing with us and he wandered off, and like you just hear him like very faintly, like he's trying to tell us what's going on, and we can't really understand what he was saying. It's neat. It's not super technical in like the climbing stuff. It's just it's more like a Breath of the Wild style, like stamina meter, like that kind of like goes down, and you climb up a bit, and it'll refill if you like eat something, or but you can also be poisoned, which can limit your stamina, and there's also a health meter. You can actually die if you fall off the mountain and go too far down. It's a neat thing. We only made it to the second biome when I played, but I thought it was pretty cool. And the other mountain climbing game is one that just came out, Cairn. I don't know if you guys have heard about this one.
Heard of it.
I don't know if I'm saying that right either, but it is a way more technical mountain climbing game. You play as this lady Ava, who she seems to have this quest to climb this mountain that's never been climbed before. You have like a little robot buddy that will kind of like help you on the side. But you are doing the actual climbing, like you are picking paths up a rock face, finding handholds and footholds. You control the limbs like independently. So like you'll like grab with your right hand and try to find a crevice to get your fingers in,
Yeah.
and then you'll try and like hit like your right leg into a wall so that you can kind of maneuver up. It does have stamina attached to it. It is not a visible meter. You just see Ava like start shaking, and if she
Gonna
shakes too
fall off
much,
this cliff.
you'll fall off. You can like put in these little, uh, I think they're called pitons. It's basically like where you're going to put your rope so that like this is kind of like a safe space for you, and then you can kind of hang off the side of the mountain with your rope through this eye hole. What I played of it so far, pretty neat. It's looks great. Like it's visually really really cool, and it's all the actual mountain climbing is super tense because if you get too high up, like and you either misjudge where you gotta kind of like move to, or if you try to hold on or try to push too far, you can fall off, and she will die if you you go too far down. It does have save points. There's 3 difficulty levels. So there's like an easy mode, which is like a story. I don't know what the story is yet. I'm an hour in. They haven't really given enough of it. There's normal, which is you can die, but you can also save throughout the mountain. And then there's hard mode, which is just seems like, all right, like you can save, but if you die, like you're dead. You start over at the beginning, not at your save point. It's a pretty cool game. I I don't know if it's available on. I'm playing it on PC. I don't know if it's like on consoles or not, but it's
Oh,
pretty cool.
was.
It
I,
might be
and,
on PlayStation.
I've seen a little bit of it, and like artistically and stuff, it seems really, really cool. But it just sounds like a nightmare to play. Like I just, like,
It is super tense and like
yeah, it just sounds like I'm just so afraid of heights that just like I'm gonna like
yeah
do this very technical not climbing. It's
yeah
not like Breath of the Wild. I just up.
yeah no, this is not just a press up game, like which you find out pretty quickly. It's like there's like a tutorial area, and it's like, oh, climb up this, like you actually start out in like a rock gym, and you're climbing up like those, the little plastic handholdy things, and you do like 3 of those, and then you actually exit the gym onto a rock face, but it's not that high. And then there's like an actual climb, and once you do that, then the game, like you get the opening scroll, like the title card, and kind of like pulls back, and you see like you're going towards this really big mountain. And once you hit that really big mountain is when the game really kind of kicks in, and it is tense. Like it is, the heights are real. The actual like climbing of it is strenuous. There have been moments where my hands are
Yeah,
like you're gripping the controller because you're like, I don't want to fall here.
it would
So
make my
it's like
hands
it's
sweaty.
cool. Yeah. If you're not into that, then yeah, it's not going to be a game for you. But I'm enjoying it so far. I think it's a pretty neat idea for a game. So that's it for games. We got a little bit of news here.
A lot of bit of news.
A lot of bit of news. I pulled a few things. Some layoffs to kick off the new year.
Always a good time. Always a good time.
Yeah.
I would say, just up front, because I think
Yeah.
I joked about this last time we were on the show, is I want to play High Guard before it eventually goes down. Did not think that the 2 weeks in between our recording session would be when they fired most of their staff.
Yeah. So yesterday they laid off most of that studio, which it's not surprising because it did not gain a large audience, but it did go from having mostly negative reviews on Steam to being mixed because they were starting to make improvements and people were coming around on the changes they were making. I still don't think it's a great game, but that entire team for the most part seems to have been let go. That's not the only group that laid off people though. We don't play League of Legends. We're not league players, but they released a fighting game last year or recently called 2XKO, which is it's a fighting game with League of Legends characters, and they laid off pretty much that entire team a couple days ago. 80 people from that studio are now out of work. So does not seem like free to play because that 2XKO was also a free to play game, as was High Guard.
Yes, I will just point out. I'm looking at Wikipedia, and maybe Wikipedia is incorrect. According to Wikipedia, 2XKO came out January 20th.
So it just came out. So like
Yes.
3 weeks ago. Yeah. So these free to play games are not, if they don't hit immediately, seems companies are packing things in and moving on. Maybe stop making free to play games when the market is already dominated by a couple.
See, it's such a crapshoot because I agree with that, but also from what I gathered and what I've seen and what I want, High Guard seems like it was trying to be something different.
Yeah.
And I think 2XKO is also trying to be something different. I mean, not something different, it's still, but in terms of being a fighting game, that there are not a ton of free to play fighting games that I know of.
No, I didn't know of any. Like
I think
I don't even know how you would
multiverses,
actually modify it, but
yeah, characters, costumes, maybe.
yeah.
But maybe that was the issue. It's like, and it's like one of those things where part of me is I should have looked this up. And I apologize. I remember there's a period a few years ago when Nintendo was like, our competition isn't necessarily Sony and Microsoft. Our competition is anything underneath the TV. So movies, streaming services, tablets, and stuff like that. And people gave them crap for it because, like, in their way, they were thinking, like, oh, that's a bit. And I think that is a legit thing. Is you're not just competing with other free to play shooters. You're competing with the fact that one, people have their forever games, the Fortnites, the Apex, their League of Legends, their Valorant, whatever. But you're also competing with the fact that we have access to so much content these days that maybe I want to try a new video game, or maybe I want to try out this new TV show that everybody's talking about. And that is eating up the same resource. That is eating up the same television screen. That you can't watch a TV show or a movie and pay video. I mean, you can. It's a terrible idea for both, but you can. And I think that's the thing. It's like so many people are like, because again, I've been listening to podcasts this week where people are like, it is trying something different, and I get them all to, and it is from a high budget, it's from a known quantity, but it's how many shooters do we need? How many shooters do you need? How many shooters do you play at once? How many shooters can you play that are different or feel different? Because people said this feels like Apex. I assume the same way that Destiny feels like Halo. And it's one of those things where I think I've listened to enough podcasts and feedback where I don't blame Jeff for this anymore. I don't think this is his. I don't think it was ever his fault, but I do think that the marketing did not do him any favors, and that was if it worked out, it worked out. It did not work out in his favor because so many people were just kind of against it because that was the showcase ender, and it did not like multiplayer games. It's the same. I don't know if we've had this discussion before. There's people who are very much like multiplayer games should not be game of the year, and I feel like that to them that is also like multiplayer games should not be a showcase ender. It needs to be a big cinematic single player adventure of some sort.
Sure.
I don't believe that, but this is
There
what
there are people that think that though, yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I don't think you can blame Jeff Keighley and the Game Awards for what happened with Highguard. It's just like
I thought he was
I don't
blaming
know
me.
if yeah, we're blaming you, Jeff. It's definitely your fault that Highguard failed.
Why can all right,
Yeah,
I've been
go ahead.
spacing out for a second here. Why do so many game journalists seem so invested in the success of this game? Like, what is going on?
I don't think they are invested in the success of this. I mean,
They do
again,
like Jeff seemed like he's invested in it.
Well,
Brandon Bella strangely like talks about it all the time. I'm like,
but his friend
why is this one game like? Do you have some connection to this game? Do you have friends that worked on it? Like, I don't understand.
I mean, I assume they have friends. I assume you can be in the industry and have you have friends.
Like, is that the thing? Because like I keep seeing people.
Well, I thought
Like
the thing with
Highguard. It's like, and literally nobody cares about Highguard. Like nobody cares.
I thought the thing with Jeff was, and I could be wrong, was that he had faded early on. He's like, this is something special. And I think that's one of the times where it was his personal taste, being like, this is something special and worth highlighting.
He liked the game so much that he gave them
the ending. They didn't ask for it.
So there's no like sort of like weird personal investment other than.
I mean, again, like who knows that could happen later on, but it's very much just a thing where like it's the same thing that he like to your point. Like, should it have been the ender of the Game Awards? Maybe not, but he was just like, this is something special. This comes from a known again, like these people did Apex Legends, they did Titanfall, both well regarded first person shooters. It would be like if Nintendo, if like the Mario team was like coming out with a brand new game.
Yeah, I guess I did not know anything about this game. Like I did not know it was Respawn.
It's not Respawn. It's a
people that work together.
Yeah, it's like 60 people that worked on.
Yeah, so I didn't know anything. Like, I just like anything I saw, I was like, yeah, this just looks like a garbage game that no one will give a fuck about.
I don't think it's like a garbage game. I think it's one of again, hype and expectations. We've had this conversation.
It's just one of those things where it's like they expected it to make something happen and it did not, and they're still carrying on about it, and it's just like, look, dude, game didn't hit. Nobody cared. Like,
yes, and that is a problem, I think, with the industry where and again, that's the thing with any, because like we see movies come out and movies come again, so much of a movie's opening weekend, the timer is the story around it. It's a bomb, it's a sex story or whatever. And I think that's the same thing with this game, where people are just like, it came out, it had a really good opening, people gave it a chance, and then people did not like what they were doing with it. And I do think that was something they need to better explain, or honestly, what they want to do originally. And this is, I guess it's like they originally want to be a stealth release, and I think that would have given them more motivation, because then people are like, "What is this? What this is from the Apex people? I gotta try this out." And
so I don't know if that would have worked, only because it's not from actual Respawn. So like nobody knew who Wildlight Entertainment was beforehand.
Yeah.
Apex dropped, but people like when Apex dropped, like they brought all those people in, or like, hey, Respawn's showing their new game. It's coming out this day. Come to this thing. And like people went there to EA to Respawn and played it, but Respawn already had like they had already done 2 Titanfall games, right? Like, and they had what was it, West and Zampella were the guys behind that, so they had the legacy of Call of Duty and Battlefield and Medal of Honor behind them, and Wildlight Entertainment did not have a West and Zampella, and I don't know if they dropped it out. Like, I think it would have been even more flat. Like, I don't think anybody would have talked about it at all, which maybe helps them because they wouldn't had to, they probably ramped up
That's
servers expecting more people, maybe spent more money to get it there, but they didn't market it outside of the Game Awards. That was the big
and
talk
no,
going
no,
into
but
it
I think
releasing.
again that's what I mean. I think that's the issue too. It's like the Game Awards, and then there was nothing until the day it was coming out,
Yeah.
and it's like that because then people are like, why was this the end? Or like the big thing he was talking about, like, this game's coming out soon. You would think like, okay, we got what 6 weeks. We're gonna just like push.
Yeah.
It's like no, it's dead silence, and then people are like, what is this game? And again, that momentum killed them. And
Yeah.
again, I'm not gonna, and again, technically, it's not dead yet. They,
No, the game's still alive. The team is just basically
yes. So, which
unfortunately
usually
they're
does
gone.
not, yes, does not usually bode well for the game. But, and it's that's one of those things where that and like the two XKO, it's like because these came back to back, and it's just to the point now where you just drop a game and there's no guarantee you have a job. And I think that used to be an expectation. It's like you'd wait a while and make, okay, this game didn't meet expectations. It's like, no, your game came out a week ago. This game's out. You're done. You're bench. You're out of a job, and it sucks. It's a terrible, terrible industry that I don't I there's no quick and easy solution. There's no way to be like, oh, you know what, make cheaper games. We've
Yeah.
seen cheaper games fail. We've seen new games fail. Like it's like make a new IP. We want that you do. People want what they want. Um, I think the other thing we don't talk about as often is the video game industry's not growing. It hasn't grown in about 10 years. And I mean this in the sense that it's not bringing in a ton of new people. A lot of people they have their mobile games, they have their PC games, they have their Minecraft, their Roblox, their Fortnite, and they're kind of content with that. And it's not, like the people buying PlayStation, Xboxes, and Switches are the people like you and I and Jeff, who we've been buying this for all of our life. This is what we know. We will buy the next set of systems, but it's not that there's new people coming in.
Right. But even if there are new people coming in, look at the top 10 games from the last 5 years. They're generally the same games.
Yeah.
Like people are, if they are buying into the marketplace, they're buying in to play Call of Duty, Madden, Battlefield, Grand Theft Auto, Mario
More.
Kart.
Yeah. And the sad thing is that that's almost uniformly across the globe. Like you replace Madden with EA FC
Yeah.
in Europe or something like that, and it's still pretty much the same list.
And Fortnite and Roblox and
Minecraft.
Minecraft are all at the top of those games that they're forever games that
Yeah.
people just don't move off of.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't fault them, but it's one of those things where it's the gamers are not going to accept it because gamers want to be catered to, and that it's your industry, you get catered to. But at some point, people need to start thinking outside the box, and I don't think that box is necessary. Like, how can we get people to play our game over this other game over and over again? And that's where we are with High Guard and 2XKO and all the other games that we've seen in the past 5 years that we are going to be the next big games as service, or we're going to be the next big live service game that does not take off because you are you're trying you're navigating the trench run in the Death Star. You're trying to hit this pinpoint, accuracy shot while being attacked, and it's like I was listening to Kind of Funny today. It's not because it's like like these games are coming out, but you have a game like Overwatch. Overwatch has an audience. Overwatch has a built-in audience that enjoys it. Overwatch is relaunching this week. That's taking away some of that thunder of people like, oh, I could try this new game, or I could see what Overwatch has to offer that I know I've enjoyed already.
Yep. And how long has Marvel Rivals been out now?
A little over a year.
Yeah, so like that's another game that's eating up like taking up oxygen from these multiplayer games. Like there's only so many games that people can play.
Yeah, I would even say something like again, I would say something. What was it today? Diablo 2 and Diablo 4 getting like a new character class. It's
Yep.
not like, oh, I need to dust the Diablo 2 and try out this warrior character, and it's you can't plan around that. Like everybody can plan around GTA or like The Last of Us or whatever it is, but being like, oh, I'm gonna launch this game, and like 2 weeks later, Overwatch is gonna rebrand, introduce 5 new characters, and get people talking about it again after like 2 years. A Marvel Rival has their Valentine's Day special, and you think that's not a big deal, but it gets people who are invested in Marvel Rival. Like I played this game with my friends a couple of times. Here's Gambit and Rogue. I want to check out their new costumes. That even if it's like an hour or two, that is a game they re-downloaded. That's what they focus their energy on. We don't have time for something else.
Well, before we wrap up here, Sony had their state of play today. It was very long. I think it was like almost an hour.
Yeah, a little over. I didn't get to see it, but looking at the headline, it was a little over an hour. It seems like a lot of people came away happy with it.
Sure. I mean, there was a lot of games. Some stuff we already knew about, like they showed Resident Evil Requiem, they showed Pragmata, they announced a new Kenna game. I don't know if you guys played the first one, Bridge of Spirits, or which was out on PlayStation and PC for a while. I think it finally did come to Xbox in the last year or so. They're making a sequel to that, Scars of Cosmora. Death Stranding 2 is coming to PC. They're doing a Legacy of Kain Defiance remaster, which I'm kind of excited about. That's the thing here is the stuff I was most excited about are like re-releases and remakes and remasters. Like because nothing else was like, oh, that's super interesting or like super necessary for me. But like there's a Rayman 30th anniversary edition coming tomorrow. Actually.
Yeah.
There is a Metal Gear Solid Master Collection 2, which I'm excited for that just simply because Metal Gear Solid 4 has been locked on the PlayStation 3 since its release. And it's finally moving off of that. So now you could play that game anywhere. And it's also coming with Peace Walker, which has released elsewhere before. But there's a new Castlevania game, 2D, called Belmont's Curse. So I'm hoping that turns out well. It is a sequel to Dracula's Curse, which was Castlevania 3. New Silent Hill game, which isn't. It had already been revealed, but it's the first look at the gameplay for it, so that was cool. There's a God of War trilogy remake that they showed no gameplay of.
That you're super early on in the production.
Yeah. They just announced that it's coming. They did release a new God of War game though.
Which is interesting.
It's a 2D.
It's a 2D side scroll. You'll beat it.
Yeah.
Because what there was also the what was the other thing? Because there was the Castlevania game for the Dead Cell people. That's what it reminded me of. Or the Prince of Persia game, not the Lost Crowns.
A little bit, yeah. Like I guess the art style is. I
Yeah.
was not impressed with the art style, but
I like
No,
with,
not the art.
I would piggyback off of Earl in that I watched the trailer for that and I was like, how would I describe how this looks if they haven't seen it? And
how it
it's just
plays.
what Earl said. It looks like a modern 2D. You know.
Yeah. Did you think there was like platforming? It kind of just looked like a straight like.
Oh, okay. I
action
thought
game.
I thought I saw parts where he's like using his thing to like hook across the
Yeah. It looks like Super Castlevania 4 in a way, but just modern art style. I don't know.
For the God of War game.
No,
the Castlevania game.
Yeah.
the God. Oh yes. Oh, I thought we were talking about the God of War game.
Okay, maybe we were. I don't fucking know.
But yes, I think that again, it's one of those things. I mean, the good thing is out today, which is always I do enjoy a good stealth drop. It's so weird to see Kratos as like a normal person.
He looks like a kid. Like I mean,
Because what is it? Boy, is it Boy of Sparta or something like that, or Son of Sparta?
Sons of Sparta. Yeah.
Yes. So I was like, it's such a weird thing to see. I'm like, because we were talking about this at trivia. I'm like, right? Because like Kratos, he's a full grown adult by the time you meet him, and he makes mistakes. It's like so it's fascinating to see him as a disaster case essentially.
They showed off a little bit more of Marvel Token, the new fighting game.
Yes.
And yeah, so that was about it. That was the state of play. Anything else you guys kind of noticed from the week?
I mean, there was a Nintendo Direct last week. I mean, it's nothing too impressive. Pokepedia, can't. But yeah, I don't think there's anything major. Yeah, it's weird because like you would think every 2 weeks that there'd be more news, but
Well, it's beginning of the year, so I guess maybe
yeah,
things are things will start ramping up once we get into March. I think that's what we're
will
going to
it?
start. Well, there'll be releases in March
Yeah,
for the quarter end, and then we'll start hearing things about what's going to be going on in May and June. So, but we'll be back in 2 weeks.
this is
Tony will be
Doom.
here to talk about Fire Emblem. Yeah, Earl and I will have Doom. So I'm sure Jeff and Tony won't watch that. Although
I'm
Tony
sure
did
they will.
say he would.
I'm sure Jeff will watch it. Jeff's a big fan
Yeah,
of
of
Doom.
course. Yeah.
He loves The Rock and Carl Urban.
And his BM. What is it called? Is it
Do I want to watch
BM?
The Pit or do I want to watch Doom?
Doom. Watch Doom.
Oh, you could fit it in, Jeff, between our Cyborg and what was the other one we're watching?
Nemesis from 1992.
Nemesis. Yeah, you'd fit it in between those. But yeah, we'll be back with that, and maybe our final thoughts on Fire Emblem, Tony's thoughts on Fire Emblem, and we'll pick a new game for us to play in March. Jeff, say goodnight.
Good night.
And